Welcome back. It is Wednesday, September 11th, and the MLB. Our 5 best bets are on the way. It's Austin, joined by Logan. Do a recap of yesterday. Hey, Logan, we'll take a 3-2 day. Padres' first 5 team total over 1.5. Shout out George Kirby, you suck. Cutter Crawford got the job done. Logan, we had a late night just sweat in Arizona where we cashed the under 8.5. Our 2 losers, Palante, he pitched terribly yesterday. He still should have gone under 2.5 earned runs, but a balk in a wild pitch, not going to cash like that. And the parlay of the day, David Peterson didn't have his A game. But hey, Logan and I, after the season it's been, we are not going to come on here and complain about a 3-2 day. The goal of the day, either do it again or do even better today. Let's go 4-1 or 5-0. Let's dive into the picks today. We will have a couple quick notes. Number 1, we'll have an NFL video dropping today. This video we dropped on Saturday last week, where it was Logan and I talking through every single game. This week we're posting it early, so it'll be live today at 12 p.m. It's going to be Logan and I talking about every single game on the slate. We'll still have our separate videos for player props. We'll have ones for Thursday night, Monday night football, things like that. But it was kind of a good time talking with Logan. We didn't chat before the game about any of the games, so it's a longer video than normal, but I think you'll enjoy our banter about all these games and what we are betting on this weekend. So definitely check it out. It'll be linked. It should be live around 12 p.m. Eastern time. Number 2, we have a parlay of the day. It is our first pick of the day, and we need the parlays of the day to figure it out. We've been close on some, terrible on others. We've lost, I think, 5 in a row in terms of the MLB. Today, we need a winner, and it is arguably the one over the last 2 weeks that we like the most, that we've cooked up. We really like it. We think it's a winner, and hopefully it does cash, because we certainly could use that. It will be linked in the pinned comment and in the description. Need a parlay winner. Cross your fingers. Should be plus money. We need a winner there. I'm going to dive in my first pick of the day. Yesterday, it was Padres' first 5 team total. I respect Brian Wu, so we're not running it back. Instead, I'm going to a team total, and I'm rocking the jersey, and I need them to show up tonight. It's the Cubs, taking their team total over 3.5, which is currently minus 130 on DraftKings. Now, I did notice FanDuel has us at minus 150. I mean, I would want to avoid playing a minus 150 when there's like 6 other books that got a minus 130. If that's all you have, you can go for it. This line feels like a trap, and it could be a trap, and I'm ready to get hurt. But let's talk about the Cubs, who continue to be a wagon on the road. Apparently, they can't hit at Wrigley Field. Throw them on the road, max try hard, and they actually show up. In LA, they've been showing up against the Dodgers so far in these 2 games, 10 and 6 runs scored. Now, today, they will face Bobby Miller. And Bobby Miller has a 7.79 ERA and a 1.65 whip. You got to earn those numbers. He's had 12 starts this season, and he has earned every bit of them. And his underlying metrics aren't like, oh, he's due some regression. No, he's first percentile expected ERA, second in barrel percentage and hard hit percentage, and 14th in walk percentage. So he's walking guys, and he's giving up home runs. He's allowed a home run now in 10 straight starts. And in these last 5 starts, he's allowed 9, 4, 3, 3, and 7 earned runs. He's given up this team total by himself sometimes. Now, I will note, some of his props are a little bit weird today. They're like, why is this 2.5 earned runs line plus 100? However, so they did that with Taj Bradley yesterday, and you saw what happened there. Sometimes you just can't price trash pitchers, and I would argue Bobby Miller is one of those. He has faced the Cubs already once this season. It was back in April, so don't do much with it. 5 earned runs in that game. And we've talked about since August 1st. Since August, the Cubs on the road have been a wagon against righties. They are second in batting average, OPS, and WRC+. 4th lowest K rate, which is kind of how Bobby Miller gets some outs, and 2nd highest walk rate. So guy that's walking guys, they're getting some hard contact. I will take my chances here. Yamamoto did pitch well for the Dodgers yesterday. 4 innings pitched, 8 Ks, 1 earned run. The Cubs did pour it on late in that game. Buehler, they tagged him for 5 on Monday, and he's honestly in the same conversation as Bobby Miller, some guy that just stinks and needs to figure it out. I also don't mind that the Dodgers bullpen used 5 guys yesterday, and they haven't used some of their higher leverage guys in like Hudson and Kopech, but I'm still confident the Cubs can get some things going. We need 4 runs from them. We have a guaranteed 9 innings. I think the Cubbies take us home with 4 runs, early, late, I don't care. We need 4 on the board. But Logan, I'm throwing it to you for your favorite pick of the day. Yesterday, you had an under. Today, word on the street, you got an over. Where are you going?
Yeah, hopefully we don't have to sweat all 9 innings of this one. That's what happens when you pick an under. I got bags under my eyes, especially after staying up to watch that under cash. But today, I have an over. Brewers and Giants. I'm taking the over, 7, minus 115 odds on Caesars is your best value. Again, another late night East Coast game. It would be really cool, guys, if we could cash it in like the 3rd inning. So let's bring the bats today. Let's bring it early. Yesterday, the bats weren't there. We saw a low-scoring 3-2 Brewers win last night. Tonight, I see a lot more runs between these 2 starting pitchers. Let's talk about who's starting for the Giants. It's Blake Snell, 3.62 ERA and a 1.12 whip. Now, Blake Snell, been on my fade list for years. Cy Young Blake Snell last year. This year, he's been plagued by injuries really the whole season. He only went 1 innings pitched in his most recent start. He's just really not been able to get a consistent groove, a consistent workload, enough for me to say, yes, Blake Snell is here. He is dominant. I think he's definitely still a fadeable pitcher, especially over the last 14 days. Milwaukee is tied for 6th best in walk per strikeout ratio versus left-handed pitchers. Why do I bring that up? Because we know what type of pitcher Blake Snell is. He's a guy that lives on the inner half of the plate, outer half of the plate, side to side. That's where he lives. If the hitters can put the bat on their shoulder, distinguish those pitches that are out of the zone, even those ones that bounce right in front of home plate, Blake Snell will walk you. And I think the Brewers, if they just are patient at the plate tonight, there will be a lot of traffic for Milwaukee and opportunities for them to hit those guys in with runners in scoring position. Last 14 days versus left-handed pitching, Milwaukee 23rd in batting average, 13th in OPS, 13th in WRC+. So while the average isn't there, the other run metrics, OPS and WRC+, are there. I think they're solid against Blake Snell today. With 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, Snell is allowing a 290 batting average. That's pretty high. I mean, Blake Snell, again, one of those pitchers that I think I have figured out. When there's traffic on base, when there's a guy in scoring position, he's a little bit nervous. He gets a little shaken up. I think the Brewers make him pay tonight. I definitely see runs for them. On the road, Milwaukee for the season, 2nd best in hits per game and 3rd best in walks per game. Against a guy like Blake Snell, you gotta pile up the walks, and you gotta turn those walks into hits with runners in scoring position. I think they get the job done on their side. And then on the other side, it's Colin Ray starting for the Brewers, 3.72 ERA and a 1.17 whip for Colin Ray. I'll never forget I faded him several starts ago, and he threw the masterclass on me, the 7 innings pitched 0 runs against Cleveland. But his last 3 starts since that masterclass have not been all that great. 2, 3, and 4 earned runs in those last 3 starts. He's looked human. So can the Giants get to him today? Hopefully. You look at the Giants, they are priced as favorites, minus 140-ish favorites. Do I agree with that price? Not really, because, Blake Snell has not been all that consistent this year, injuries, whatnot. But Colin Ray's ERA and wins, look at this discrepancy. I just have to pull it out because when I'm looking at pitcher splits, I like to look at stuff like this. His ERA and wins, 1.82. In losses, it's a 9.28. What does that mean? When Ray's bad, he's really bad. And they are priced as pretty solid underdogs in this spot. So, plus I'm seeing plus 120-ish when we're recording this. It's entirely possible Colin Ray blows up a little bit today. We see a 3+ earn run type game, and if that happens, I feel really solid about this bet. Last 14 days, hitters are hitting 294 off Colin Ray. Again, he's not missing bats like he was earlier in some of his starts. I think the Giants, while a team that offensively there's no consistency there, I still think they're able to get a few runs off of him. Look, we're looking at a 7 total. I'm not asking for 9.5. I'm asking for 7 for a push and 8 for a win. I definitely think San Francisco can definitely bring the bats enough to just make Colin Ray look human tonight and just no 7 innings pitch shutout. I think they bring the bats. And then we go to the bullpens. Last 14 days, Milwaukee 2nd in bullpen ERA, San Francisco 6th. So you see, a top 5-ish bullpen for each of these 2 teams. But it's entirely possible that one, if not both starters, don't have a workload over 5 innings pitched. And we see the bullpen arms come out a little bit early. I still like the over in this one. A lot of signs are pointing me towards runs. And again, we got a low total. Normally low totals, I'm picking unders. But this is a low total, and I'm like, I see a lot of run opportunities. So give me the over 7 as my best bet of the day. But Austin, you got more player props. Where are you going?
Yeah, yesterday we had 2 props, and unfortunately we split on them. Today I got 2 props. Hopefully we can go 2-0 on them, and they're both outs props. So widely available. FanDuel has outs props. Almost every other book has them. First one, we'll start with an over. Jack Kochanowicz. I like his over 16.5 outs, which is currently minus 130 on Bet365. I like it at 17.5. Obviously, sometimes a guy could get taken out at 5 2/3, but I think Jack can go with cleans. Well, maybe not clean, but I think he can go 6 today. Now, Logan and I are of the similar opinion. Jack Kochanowicz, not a guy we think is all too good, but you don't have to be good to get outs in this league. And what he's good at is just inducing a lot of guys swinging early in the counts. I mean, yesterday, the Twins, they tagged Griffin Canning for 9 hits, 10 earned runs, 3 walks, only 4 strikeouts, and he still went over this number. So that's an obviously indicator. We saw the Twins, they swing early. So they did against Taj Bradley. when we backed his outs then, and he didn't pitch well. They're doing it not time and time again. Jack Kochanowicz, a guy that throws strikes. He is 95th percentile in walk percentage, 95th in ground ball percentage. So while he will give up his hits, he also induces a lot of ground balls, and that could lead to some double plays. And that is exactly how you pile up the outs, which is what we're looking for. Now, obviously, it could lead to 9 or 10 hits like it did for Griffin Canning, but I mean, Griff Canning still got this job done, and he got absolutely torched. If Jack pitches even decently today, I think he can go out and get it done. And he's thrown 6+ innings pitched over this line in 5 straight starts. He's allowed 2, 3, and 0, and 3 earned runs. So he's had some starts where he gives up 3 earned runs, still getting the job done. And it's not like he's at 95 pitches. He's getting the job done like 65, 75 pitches. So I certainly think they'll leave him out there. We saw them do it with Griffin Canning. They now are down Ben Joyce, their closer. So their bullpen's a little fatigued in there. I think they'll be able to get the job done. 8 of the last 11 left are right-handed pitchers to face the Twins. Went over this number. And if you want to look at the pitches, Mr. Jack is going to throw their way. It's 71% sinker. He is a heavy sinker ball pitcher. Now, sometimes you could lead to teams like the Twins or other teams just waiting on that pitch and hitting it. But the Twins have not been good against the sinker. In fact, I'm going to list off Twins that have a 0 or a negative run value against the sinker. Here they are: Austin Martin, Jose Miranda, Kyle Farmer, Matt Wallner, who's terrible against sinkers, Carlos Santana, Brooks Lee, Ryan Jeffers. I just named seven Twins that have a 0 or a negative run value against a sinker. The pitch they'll see 70-ish% of the time from Jack Kochanowicz. Well, I can't guarantee all 7 of those are in the lineup. Probably guarantee at least 5, maybe 6. They got some guys injured like Willie Castro. A lot of these guys they're going to have those guys in the lineup. They've not hit sinkers well. I think Kochanowicz might not pitch perfectly today. He might give up plenty of hits, but I think he pitches efficiently-ish, and I think he can go over 16.5 outs. I love this play. My final play of the day, 5th and final one, we saved it for last because I know a lot of people aren't going to like this one. Because it's an under on a star, and it's Cole Ragans, the Kansas City Royals star pitcher, under 17.5 outs, minus 108 on Caesars. Now, I saw this line at 16.5. I didn't really love it there. When they bumped it up to 17.5, I was like, all right, I'll take a stab here. I like this up to minus 130 or down to minus 130. On the Yankees, if you backed them yesterday, well, it was a quick donation as Seth Lugo carved them up. 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 10 strikeouts. They only had to use 2 bullpen arms, which is good for us because their bullpen is pretty well rested today. Obviously, they'll give Ragans a long leash. We know that. But coming off a game, you got shut out. 10 strikeouts. I think the Yankees make Ragans' life much more difficult today, and the books are kind of in agreement with me. His walks line is sitting at 3.5, so they think they've manufactured some difficulty on him. Now, Ragans has obviously been a great pitcher this season. I'm not here to say he's trash. He's coming off one of his best starts of the season, though. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts versus the Twins. He threw 95 pitches in that game, really had no problem. 4 hits and 1 walk. Not a lot of difficulty there, but still 95 pitches through 6. Today he'll face a Yankees team. We know they're annoying at running up the count. And since August 1st, the Yankees only 21st in batting average versus lefties. So not a very high batting average versus lefties, but they are 12th, the highest walk percentage versus lefties at 12%. The 6th lowest K percent at 20.6. Look, if they can manufacture to foul off a bunch of fastballs coming their way by Cole Ragans, or sit on the curveballs that he throws that are in the dirt, and force him to throw strikes, run up his pitch count, I really like this pick. I know Ragans has been really good. And if you just look at hit rates, you'd be like, Austin, he's over this in whatever, 19 of his 30 starts. But that's different. This is a Yankees team that coming off a shutout, I think they make him work. As I said, he has a 2.5 walks line, which is minus 160 on the over, or a 3.5 on most books. He doesn't have a high hits allowed line, but the Yankees are making him force walks and stuff like that. I really feel good here. He's a guy that relies heavily on strikeouts, so the Yankees can not strike out 10 times like they did to Lugo yesterday. Feel good there. And Ragans also only 39th percentile on ground ball percentage. If there's any way to not pitch efficiently, but manufacture to get 6 innings pitched, it's getting those double plays. Ragans, knock on wood, only 9 double plays forced this season and is 167 innings pitched. So not a very great guy getting those double plays, which is honestly the Yankees' kryptonite. They're tied for first with the Padres in most double plays in the league. If we can avoid those, get walks, just force 4 to 5 guys per inning on Ragans, I feel really good about them getting them out of there, out of the 6th inning. Maybe he goes and pitches in the 6th and I get him out of there then. I like this play a lot. Cole Ragans under 17.5 outs. So those are favorite picks of the day. A recap: Cole Ragans under an outs, Jack Wojciechowicz over announced. That's very Jack's terrible. Cole's good, but hey, we're in September. And then we got Logan's pick, Brewers and Giants over 7, and Cubs team total over 3.5. And then we'll have our parlay of the day, which will be widely tailable on every single book that you're on. It'll be linked at the top of the description, and it'll be linked on the screen once it is live. We're gonna go cook it up right now. You guys have a great Wednesday. Let's have another winning day. And when our NFL Week 2 Best Bets video is live, I will link it on the screen. Definitely encourage you to tap into it. I know it's a longer video than normal, but you can timestamp. All games are timestamps. You can jump around, see what our thoughts are, maybe on your favorite team this weekend. You guys have a great day. Logan and I signing out. See you guys in the next one. Peace.